Once I end the broadcast, we'll still be on Skype for a couple minutes. Um, we'll just kind of let everybody trickle in.
Yeah.
Okay, I should get a notification that we're live. There we go. Cool. So, anyways, welcome back. You've been here before. I think you were just on the workshop yesterday, correct?
Yeah, I was on the workshop and the panel in the morning.
Oh, right, right. I was gonna say I feel like I've talked to you more than the one time.
Yeah,
Uh, but it's all starting to blur together at this point. So,
I bet.
oh, I'm on the big screen. We don't want me on the big screen. Um, so, welcome back, guys. We've had a jam-packed day with a lot of amazing artists, and it doesn't stop here. So, um, we've got Madison Emerick on with us, and we got a chance to talk to her a little bit yesterday during the panel. She was very gracious enough to provide a card during the workshop yesterday that was given away. I don't remember who won it, but it was a Darth Maul, and
Yeah.
so we probably covered a little bit of this during the panel, but this one's all about you. So let's talk about you a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your background with art, and a little bit about where you're from, and what was your first set with Tops.
Well, I've been in pretty much St. Louis all my life, I think. I had a short stint for graduate school in Pittsburgh, but other than that, pretty much stayed in the Midwest. In terms of sketch cards, though, I started about 2 years ago. My first set would have been 2018 Galactic Files. And I don't know how many sets I've done since then, but a good number for, Tops, Upper Deck, a bunch of other companies, Perna Studios, Viceroy Cards, so on and so forth. And I've been doing that, yeah, for about 2 years. And in terms of how I got into art in the first place, I was kind of always into art, even as like a kid. It just kind of seemed naturally to flow into my life. In high school, I got really into the art thing, and I kind of lost touch with it during college, but then I reconnected with it again um, post graduating. So I've pretty much been making art ever since.
Yeah,
And I tend to
that's
focus more on portraits.
okay. Yeah, that was probably gonna be one of my next questions. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, I was gonna say you are now the second person. I think somebody this morning I remember saying was their 2018 Galactic Files was their first set, um, and I think Candace might be in your area. Have you guys ever met?
We haven't, but we went to the same high school technically, but different years. So I think I missed her by like 1 year. She graduated 4 or 5 years before me, I think. So yeah, we would have just narrowly missed each other. But yeah, we both went to the same high school. We have some mutual friends. Our parents actually met at a restaurant, and I guess one overheard the other say something about Tops, and they found out that both their daughters worked for Tops, funny enough. And that's actually when my parents came and told me, they were like, "Did you know there's somebody else that works for Tops like here?" And I was like, "No, I had no idea." So
That's
that's how I
crazy.
first found out. Yeah, it
I
was
mean,
crazy.
what are the odds of that? That's pretty crazy. So,
Pretty infinitesimal because I think, yeah, I can't think of anybody else that's in Missouri. There might be a few, but
I mean,
yeah,
even the city of St. Louis is so big. So to be at the same restaurant at the same time, I mean, that's incredible. But
weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
um, so, anyways, tell us a little bit. I mean, 2018 Galactic Files was a little bit ago. Tell us a little bit about how your art has progressed and changed since you started and until now, and specifically related to the cards themselves.
Yeah, and I even have some samples to kind of show. These two would have been from, I always hate that. This one, and then, let's see, this way? Yeah. This one would have been from my first set. So these two. And this is the one that I actually got into the bidding war on eBay for. This is the very first card I ever did. I didn't keep it, unfortunately. It went into packs, and I was really desperate to get it back. So got into a bit of a war on eBay for that one. Don't know who I was bidding against, but I'm glad I got it.
We got to get you a one touch for that one.
Oh, I have all the one touches. Unfortunately, they're so reflective.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to see them. So I have them all out of their cases right now. But yeah, I have a ton of one touches. That's all I use. And this is one of my APs that I kept, and I refuse to part with it. Maul is my favorite character.
Okay, awesome.
I think I lost your sound.
No, I'm just kind of muting myself and snacking a little bit.
Okay.
Brian would like to see that one more time. I think he's referring to the mall, maybe, or I guess just show us both real quick.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So this is the mall, and then this one is I want to say it's the TIE Fighter.
It looks like the black one. Pose X-Wing?
I think it's Pose. Yeah, I was going to just say I think it's Pose, but I'm not TIE Fighter. It's an X-Wing. Where's my brain? Yeah. I believe that's what that one was. Yeah, but those are the only two cards I have from my first set. The rest, I guess they all sold. But yeah,
that's a good
those
thing.
Are the only two I managed to get.
Now, do you like to keep? You kept them all. Do you like to keep a card from like each set, or do you ever keep any other ones?
So I started that at first. I kept taking at least one card that I would keep from each set. Like I had one from Galactic Files, I had one from Stranger Things, but slowly collectors kind of kept approaching me, hitting me up for the same cards that they'd see on like Instagram or whatever, and they'd know it was an AP and they knew I had it. And sometimes you just get an offer you cannot refuse. So yeah, I was persuaded into giving up a couple. So I don't have one from every set now. In fact, I think I only have cards from 3 sets here. So I have a Skywalker Saga.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Padme. Take her out of there. And this was the last Star Wars set I did, actually, was Skywalker Saga. But I will be on one of the upcoming sets. So yeah. So I plan to be on that one.
That's a beautiful
I've been busy doing sports stuff for a while, so I just didn't have any time to take any Star Wars sets this winter. So, but I'm looking forward to getting back into it after doing a lot of sports.
What other, you said you're doing some sports stuff. What sports sets are you doing?
I'm doing baseball. I will be on, I forget the name of it. It's like Master Collection or something like that. It's coming out in June. I know that.
Museum Collection, maybe?
Yeah, I believe it's that. So I did, I guess 135 cards for that set, which is a lot more than I would normally do, which is why I got so derailed from the Star Wars cards there for a while. I couldn't accept any of them. But yeah, I did a lot of cards for that set. So I'm looking forward to that coming out, though. I'm not a big baseball fan, but I enjoyed drawing it because I love drawing portraits. So it worked for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, I think you mentioned 3 sets. I think we've seen 2, Galactic Files and Skywalker Saga. Do you have a 3rd set laying around?
Yeah, so this is one of the other Skywalker Saga pieces I have. It's an AP of Kylo Ren. It's kind of dark. It's a little hard to make that one out. But that's with my airbrush. That was the first set that I got to try the airbrush on. So that was kind of cool. And then I have half of my Vader puzzle. The other half fell on the floor. But half a Vader puzzle. And then the other one, that's from Skywalker Saga 2. So I have all my Skywalker Saga APs, I think, still. Yeah, I've held on to them all. I really like the Padme, so I'm having trouble giving that one up.
Yeah, we've got a couple comments about how nice it is.
I really like the Padme, and her veil was a pain to draw, so I even kind of tried to do 3D beads a little bit with a gel pen, just to kind of make it pop a little more. So unfortunately, I did not realize when I took that project on that it was going to be as hard as it was. I think that card took me 3 or 4 hours. It was a long haul. Don't draw lace. Word to the wise.
Well, that's cool that you were like testing something different, and
Yep.
pushing the boundaries and actually like pushing it outside the box, off the surface. So that's really cool. Um,
This was the last set, by the way. Well,
oh, the Return of the Jedi, black and white.
it's Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that
So
looks like
black
him
and
on
white,
Dagobah.
Empire. Yeah, I didn't do I didn't do Return of the Jedi because that was again one that took place during baseball.
Mm-hmm.
But I did do the Empire Strikes Back. I did quite a few cards for that one. I want to say there's 40 or 50 in there. So,
Okay.
and I've seen a lot of those actually pop up. That's probably the set where I've seen the most of my cards come to the surface.
Yeah. Now, somebody's asking, do you, besides Star Wars and sports, do you do pets?
Pets, yeah, totally. I have 3 cats myself. I've gotten requests for pets portraits in the past, so yeah, totally. Done lots of pets. And I was a real big oil painter when I was younger. Like I started learning how to oil paint when I was in 3rd grade, so I would have been 9 years old. Um, but yeah, oil paint was my first love, and all we ever painted were animals. So I have a lot of experience with painting fur, which if you've ever tried to draw or paint fur, you know it's a pain. Kind of like beads on a wedding veil. So yeah,
I have not tried it
totally.
personally, but I can imagine it is difficult because I can't even draw a face. So, um, anyways, I'm thinking about how horrible my drawing is. Um, so, something I was gonna ask, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, when you're looking for like inspiration on your sets, and I don't know if we covered this during the panel or the workshop or anything, but when you're looking, you've got a set, you take 30, 40, 50 cards. Um, what are you like? What do you get your inspiration from? Where do you decide like this is what I'm gonna do? Because it seems like a lot of artists will kind of pick like a theme and then they'll kind of expand from there or something. Do you do that, or do you just kind of like watch the movies, or like what do you do?
I am so bad at the like sticking to one theme for all 35 cards. Eventually I get bored or I mess up something and I have to change the way it looks to fix it. So I don't think I've ever done like one solid set where every card kind of has something similar. That's just never happened. But I have had a few like where like this Vader, I'm just gonna pick up the other one. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. So the Vader puzzle, I kind of got into doing this weird galaxy background thing a while ago, and now I just do it on a majority, I think, of my Star Wars cards. I've just kind of gotten into that weird, colory kind of galaxy background. I feel like it's become one of my traits of my cards. I even did some X-Files cards with that weird galaxy background stuff. I think Viceroy cards got me into that after drawing like a billion galaxies. But yeah, in terms of like what inspires me to draw, I don't know that there's anything specific. I usually just look for cool reference photos that I feel like will make a really good card. I also like playing with borders a lot. So if I can make like the character pop out of the card, I
Mm.
like that. And I have a number of cards that do that. I still have a Rancor card floating out there somewhere where it looks like he's coming out of the card
Mm.
with his claws and stuff. So yeah, I try to play around with borders here and there and try different stuff. So I'm pretty experimental actually.
Yeah, yeah, no, it sounds like it. That's very cool. Norm mentioned that he's got 6 huskies he rescued, lost two
Oh,
last year, and he would love to have them on his desk. He's going to send you a message. So,
sounds
that's
good.
awesome, Norm. Definitely reach out. The I was gonna say with those like galaxy background, is that are you airbrushing that, or like what is it? What exactly is that?
That's actually colored pencil. So just kind of, I found that specific colors just kind of blend well together, and I would just kind of blend them all in and get that kind of colorful blah that would come out by the end. And it just ends up looking cool. I don't usually like look at any galaxy photos when I draw them. I just kind of let the pencil go where it goes, and then maybe use like a blender pencil to kind of mix it all together. But it's just kind of a fun, loose background to do. But it usually impresses people because it's so colorful and vibrant. So, and I think that's what I dig about it is that vibrance. That's what I try to achieve in all my cards. Very vibrant colors.
Sorry, yeah, I was gonna say I even noticed it from your first set with Galactic Files, and the cards you showed us are very 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 colorful.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, actually, the background that you're talking about, that galaxy background, was one that I remember seeing those Vaders, and the background is what caught my eye. Um, when I first saw your work, I don't remember where I saw it. It was posted somewhere in the group. I don't know if it was Sketchfest or something else, but do you have anything that is available that you can show us? Do you have anything that's for sale?
Yeah, so the Darth Vader puzzle is available. The Kylo Ren is available. The Padme is also available. And I believe Luke Skywalker is still available as well. So all those are my currently available ones. Everything else I've pretty much sold. I had another Vader, but it's promised to somebody else. So I kept having somebody try to get that one on eBay, but every time they ghosted me when they would like put in an offer and then they just disappear. I had to report them a number of times. I think it was the same person each time, but they were really trying to get that Vader card, man. So,
Yeah. The I was gonna say what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to pull up your booth. I'm looking for it, looking for it. I know I've seen it as I've scrolled many times. But I'd like to see what we got here on your booth. There it is. Alright, so I'm going to do a little screen share. You're probably not going to be able to see it unless you've got the stream pulled up, and then you'll be on delay. But here are the prices. We got some on the Padme, the Vader, the Kylo, Puzzle Vader, and such. Maybe it'll pull up here in a second. Maybe. My computer kind of hates me right now.
oh, that's okay. Yeah, I have a number of things for sale. I think my PSCs are actually the cheapest right now, and I have a deal going on those. So, one for 50 or two for 90, I think is the deal. And I think the cheapest AP I have right now is either the Kylo Ren or the Luke Skywalker.
I think
So
it
one of
was
them's
the
under 100,
Luke.
but I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
Luke. I think
Yeah, I think it's the
you had like
Luke.
70 or something on it, or 90.
90, I think.
Yeah, 90. Luke. Yeah, Luke is 90. Kylo's 100. Padme. Again, guys, the veil is like popping off the actual card. Very cool. I've got those APs pulled up. What about this Vader? What's the deal with this Vader from looks like black and white? He's holding his hand out.
That Vader has been promised to somebody else. So it technically will be sold after this con. So somebody already claimed that one.
Okay.
But
I'm
yeah.
not surprised. It's a beautiful card. I think I commented on it along
Yeah, I
like
think you
a day
did.
or two ago. We've got a couple other things. There's Baby Yoda.
Yeah,
Looks like some
that's
Game
one of
of
my PSCs
Thrones.
I did. Yep.
So, but hey, commissions are open, and like you said, you've got a
Totally.
deal going on. When does the deal end?
Honestly, that deal is just ongoing. If you want a good deal on PSCs, you can just ask for, I don't know, two for whatever deal, and I'll usually go cheaper on them the more you get. So, I always try to do little discounts for the Tops Collector group, just because you guys are such a great bunch. So, I try to make it, give you guys something special.
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say, I mean, just looking at your work, and especially with you talking about how everything is so colorful, or you like to make everything very colorful and vibrant. It really makes the card stand out and pop. So, definitely. Oh, and Here I was like, oh, we got to get you a one touch for your stuff, and everything comes in a magnetic.
Yeah,
uh,
all of them come in a magnetic touch. I like to keep my cards safe.
yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much always keep them in their little magnetic things. I found it's the best way to save them.
Hmm.
Yep. But
Yeah, and they look
yeah.
great in that too. So, um, I can't remember. Did I ask? Did you have a favorite set that you worked on since you started?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think my favorite set would probably be Finest, Star Wars Finest. I want to say it was 2019, but it might have been 18.
I think it was 2018.
18? Okay.
Hmm.
2018 then. I just, every card I made for that set, I was very pleased with. And that doesn't usually happen. Like occasionally I'll have one or two cards where I'm like, that could have turned out a little better. But that particular set, I just felt like turned out top-notch stuff. I was pretty pleased with it and how it turned out. So I think I had a lot more time to work on that set though. So the more time you have, the more time you can take with each card and the better they'll come out. And I'd say it's
Right.
probably quickly followed up by Galaxy, but I've never seen any of my cards appear from Galaxy. So
Oh, really?
other than my APs. Yeah, I have a feeling they didn't make it in because I was like a week or two late. I think they might be redemptions or something, but I
Oh,
don't
okay.
honestly know. I've never seen them. But I did have four APs, but they are all gone now.
I remember actually now that you mentioned that, I remember you saying that. Um, I yeah, I'm not quite sure. I mean, I know that there's you like when there's a missing hit and stuff, you can send in for missing hit, and sometimes they have
Yeah.
some sketches that they give out. Maybe that happened. I don't know, but I feel like at some point somebody in the group would have had one, or we would have seen it on eBay or something somewhere.
Yeah,
So
you'd think so. I mean, like, kind of, they always hold back some, I imagine, because, like, with Empire Strikes Back, that was fun. I'm sure for a lot of people claiming those redemptions every time they'd open a case. I felt so bad because all the a lot of hits were missing. I think it was the sketch cards in particular
yep.
that were missing, if I recall correctly. And then they ran out of sketch card redemptions. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, that
Yeah,
sucks.
we ripped through a ton of it. Luckily, we were very fortunate when we did that. I think I did like 18 cases for group breaks of Black and
Wow,
White Empire in the
that's
last like
impressive.
from October until I think the last one we did was early March maybe. Um,
Wow.
and luckily, we only had one case that was missing a bunch of hits. The rest of them were all good except for I think two individual boxes. But two individual boxes out of 17 cases is pretty good, I'd say. I know there were more issues on release. We had one case that was missing 6 of the 12 hits, and we got 6 autographs and no sketches, and it should have been 6 and 6. So definitely we're bummed about that
Yeah.
because I knew that they didn't have any more sketches left because those are always the first things that people would request when they have a missing hit. So, um, yeah, but I don't know if we've ever pulled any of yours. I know you said you had quite a few out there, like 50 of them or
I think
something.
you pulled, I can't remember if it was you or not, but somebody pulled one of my Bosk sketches. Like it was 4 days actually after he passed away, funny enough. Somebody
It
did a live
was
break of
yes,
ESB
it was
and it
me.
was a die cut. It was a
That's
die
it.
cut.
Yep, I do
Forgot about
remember
that.
that now that I think about it.
I think it was a Vader die cut, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I think you're
I
right.
want to say it's Vader.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I was gonna say I feel like I've seen something come up before, but I just couldn't remember what set it was. But anyways, hey, we are running out of time. I really appreciate you coming on and participating this weekend in your own video in the spot or the panel, and then also in the workshop. Again, definitely really appreciate that one. You are actually, I think you are possibly next on the list. I've got to go check my list, but I've got a list of artists who were interested in joining group breaks, and you're coming up.
Oh,
So we'll be seeing Madison again here soon. I will. I'll let you know when I do the next one.
sounds good.
When I've got you, I'm just going in order. So, anything else you wanted to say to everybody before we hang up?
Thanks for watching my artist spotlight and thanks for tuning in to all this cool stuff. So I really enjoyed getting to do the panel and getting to make there we go, the mall for the workshop, so that was really fun. This would have been my first technical convention as an artist, so it was a lot of fun to kind of like first start for a convention. So it might get me into conventions in the future. I haven't tried them before, but this kind of might inspire that.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be cool. Hopefully you do, and if it's ever in my area, I'll certainly stop by. But anyways, guys, again, please go to the event if you haven't already done so. Make sure you join it. Scroll all the way to the bottom. You're gonna see. I'm sure people are sick of me saying this, but the event is completely dedicated to all the artists in their booths. Check out what they've got available. Again, scroll all the way to the bottom so that you can see everybody. Because it is dedicated to that, you should be able to find everybody very easily. Check out Madison's booth; it's on there. She's got a great smile and some really really amazing cards. If you want to get something, licensed that's there, grab it. If you don't see a character that you're looking for, hit her up for commission. Hit her up for 2 and get that discount. If you're not able to, then just drop her a comment. Throw a like on the page, and just let her know that you enjoy her artwork. So, thank you again, Madison, for joining us.
Yeah.
Everybody, we will be back again here in about 2 minutes or so with Patrick Davis is going to be up next. So, we will. I'll see you guys all soon.